We are now? We are now. Fantastic. Welcome to Elevate at the Victoria Truth Center for those people who are joining us in person and online. I'm sure Stephanie is online. Hello, Stephanie, from everyone here at VTC. I'm pretty sure Dax is probably online. Hello. And then, I don't know, maybe there's a few other people. Whoever's there, say something in the chat so that we know that you're with us, okay? Anyway, as the musicians come onto the stage, I guess we do need to wait for Pablo. So, all right. Yeah? Okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna move things around a little bit. Before I go on, is there anyone here for the first time today at Elevate? Look at these hands go up. That's the third of our audience tonight. That's awesome. So we're welcoming Rev.Lesia. I wrote it wrong. Rev.Lesia, who just moved here from the Okanagan. Did I get that right? Okay, from the Okanagan. And then Matthew is joining us, who's been following us on TikTok and was invited to come in today. Thought it was me, but it was Daniela, our amazing digital producer, who is the brilliance behind all of our social media stuff. So thank you, Daniela, who's probably watching at some point too. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Let's welcome them the way that we welcome people. We love you, we appreciate you, and we're so glad you're here. All right, let's give them a hand. Okay, so we have a tiny but mighty house here tonight, and that's fantastic. And if we could have the next, we might not even need these title slides and just go like right into the song maybe, I don't know. Anyway, if you would like to stand up and just get happy with this tune by Pharrell Williams, then I invite you to do so, just to move your body a little bit. I don't know how much you guys have been sitting all day. I was at my computer almost all day long. And as Pablo makes his way to the stage and we get ready to get started, I'm gonna hand it over to Kelby, who's gonna keep the thing going. Kelby MacNayr.
Hello, hi everyone. Lovely to see you all on this beautiful, chilly, wet Wednesday evening. This is definitely the time when we might use a tune just like this one. Any fans of Despicable Me, the movie? Well, you don't have to be to still dig this tune. This is by Pharrell Williams, and it's a great tune for a little dance clap kind of vibe. So maybe we can get you all, if you feel like, ooh, there it is. Feel free to sing along anywhere you'd like to. I'm just going to turn on this little monitor here. One sec. It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. Woo! With the air like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Woo! Here come bad news, talking this and that. Give me all you got, don't hold back. I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, but don't waste your time. Woo! 'Cause I clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. This is a wonderful time to take a moment to say hello to your neighbor, trade your favorite dance move. Woo, woo.
Hey,
You got it. Breakdown? Yeah, breakdown. Bring me down, I cannot do. Bring me down, say my love is too high. Bring me down, I cannot. Bring me down, I say my love is too high. Bring me down, I cannot. Bring me down, I say my love is too high. Bring me down, say I can nothing. Bring me down, because I clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, say you can't nothing. Bring me down, say my love is too high. Bring me down, say you can't nothing. Bring me down, say my love is too high. Bring me down, say you can't nothing. Bring me down, say my love is too high. Bring me down, say you can't nothing. Bring me down, because I'm clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you know that happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness means to you. Here we go. Clap along if you feel that's what you want to do.
Woo! The Elevate Trio, Mr. Pablo Cardenas on piano, Peter Dowse on electric bass, Kelby MacNayr vocals and drums, and the VTC Community Choir and dancers in the seats. All right, thank you, everyone. So here we are at Elevate. We have welcomed our newbies. And what is it that we're doing here? Why are we here? Well, we are coming here to gather in community, because there are things that we do on our own, on our spiritual journeys, but when we come together in community, then our practice is amplified. Because what happens is, not only do we get to remember, we get to recognize, and we get to amplify this thing that we are celebrating, that we are expanding into, being expanded by. And that thing, this one thing that we teach in New Thought that is going on, it goes by many, many different names. And so whether you call it universe or source or creativity or the quantum field or God or something else entirely, totally 100% up to you. But the whole point of coming together and practicing in community is so that we can remember that this is who and what we are. We can see it and recognize it and champion it in everyone and everything around us. And as we do that, well, we all get to up-level together, right? And so that means more love And I'm talking sort of like relational love, but the love we're talking about here, you know, the love is my true nature love. This is the energy. This is the essence. This is the intelligence. This is the very being that is unleashing itself in, through, as, and around everyone and everything. So as we come together, we get to recognize it in each other, we get to champion it in ourselves, and then we get to just collectively rise together as this incredible, amazing, energetic flow. And as we do, oh my gosh, that just ripples out into the world for everyone and everything else. So how does that sound here at Elevate on a Wednesday night at VTC? All right. And so let us also remember where it is that we are doing this elevating as we expand our minds, as we open our hearts, as we allow our souls to be further activated, that we come together in gratitude and humility on Lekwungen territorial land, the land of the Songhees and Esquimalt nations, whose enduring stewardship of the land, sky, and sea sustains all life that flows through here. What a blessing, gift, and privilege it is to be able to work and breathe and play and co-create in the shared spirit of harmony, respect, and love upon these sacred lands right here, right now. And so may our community uphold this legacy of care and interconnectedness that the Lekwungen peoples have and continue to embody in all that we learn and manifest here. Haichka. Okay, so now we're going to have some more music, and I'm just going to turn it over to the Elevate Trio because I never know what it's going to be, but it is an opportunity to reflect. Kelby? Just taking a few more moments to bask in that beauty, to feel the vibration that is alive and active in every single aspect of our being, resonating and vibrating at that highest frequency of love and joy, artistry, and offer this incredible sacred gift. And so what a gift it is to be here, to receive, to experience this together as a community, knowing that whatever it is that we are feeling, whatever it is that we are experiencing, it is something that also exists within us. This recognition of this artistry and creativity and beauty is not something that would stir us at the very epicenter of our soul if it didn't already exist within us. And so I am so grateful to know that no matter what is going on, no matter what experiences are being had, that there is always an opportunity to just turn within, to tune into this creativity that is always present, that is always expressing, always unfolding, and allow it to do just that. And so whether the gift giver or the gift receiver, this incredible, amazing thing is pure love expressing. So for all of the love and beauty and artistry that is present, for all of the love and beauty and artistry that there is to be expanding into, to be expanded by, I simply say thank you for it all. What an honor and privilege it is to be able to listen, to open, to connect, to enjoy. And so in this incredible, amazing atmosphere of appreciation, I simply release my word as law, knowing that tonight's Elevate is already a beautiful, brilliant, done deal in the universal mind of Source, in the quantum field of infinite possibilities. So I release, I let go, and I bask in this beautiful, divine, creative flow as together we affirm, and so it is. So I just invite everyone to take a few more moments with your eyes closed, if that feels comfortable. Just bring someone into your heart that you know could use some spiritual support, that could use some extra TLC and attention. And as we individually bring our beloveds into our hearts, the intention that we hold collectively is one of wholeness, allness, and wellness. And so whomever we are holding in our hearts, we see them healthy, happy, and whole. I invite everyone to receive a gentle cleansing breath in and release. And if you haven't already, feel free to open your eyes. And let's shift gears just a bit and express our appreciation to the band. Pablo, let us know what that beautiful, beautiful piece was.
So it's called the Prelude Number 1 C Major from the Johann Sebastian Bach, but it's also known as Ave Maria.
Oh my God, I can't believe that. I didn't recognize that at all. Wow.
There's two Ave Marias.
Yes.
So there's the
no,
sugar
I'm
and
familiar
the
with, but we actually had, for our candle lighting ceremony, Carl Rusing was here, and he played both. And one of the reasons that he played both was because my mom was visiting, and she's a huge Bach fan. And I'm like, if my mom's visiting, we got to have some Bach. Anyway, thank you. That was absolutely stunning and elegant, as always. Okay, gentlemen, if you would like to have a seat, please feel free. There's a table for 3 right up front. So now we are moving into another portion of our evening together, our theme for the month, which is knowing. And this is a brand new month, so we have a brand new theme, and this is the next on our VTC Values Compass, of which we're going to have the statements on our wall at some point soon. But this is something that came out of the 2 visionings that we did a couple of years ago with the community, and this is one of our pillars. And this pillar of the 4 pillars that we have is at the bottom of our compass, and this is the thing that we know. There is no arguing, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and the affirmation to go with knowing is, we live with the certainty that love is our true nature. And that's what we're all about here at VTC, is to embody this knowing that love is our true nature. Because love is the only thing going on. Again, call it energy, call it source, creativity, God, whatever it is that works for you. Here we like to talk about love. Because that's the only thing going on, it can only mean that everyone and everything is that. And not just a little, and not just sometimes on special occasions when we kind of, remember, but always, all the time. And no one is any more of it than anybody else, right? So we are all this incredible thing that we call love, and this is something that we know for sure. No matter how we feel, no matter what is going on, no matter what we're experiencing, this is an anchor that we can come back to every single time. Now, sometimes that's not so easy to do for ourselves, and that's partly why we come together in community, so that we can get the support of others around us. But before I go into my talk, knowing that this is a new affirmation and a new theme, I'm just curious. There's an opportunity, a few minutes, if there's anyone who would like to share something in the community about knowing or this affirmation or anything that is coming up for you. And if you would like to, I have a mic ready. And if there's anyone online that wants to type something into the chat, please feel free. I know that our tech guys can multitask and can share whatever it is that gets typed in. So is there anyone that has something they would like to bring into community about knowing? Leslie. Oh, hold on. I feel like a cowboy. There you go.
Yeah, just when meditating on this earlier and then sharing with John, for me, what came up the most was sort of, if we know that it's a certainty, then what do we do when we can't access that, when we don't feel that in the moment? And how can we remind ourselves that even though we're not feeling love, or we're not feeling happiness, or we're not feeling as if we are the love, how do we remind ourselves that even in those really difficult moments, we still are that, or that we are able to see that in others who are also maybe not displaying what looks to us like what we're used to seeing as love. So there's that, like, what can I do for myself? Affirmations are great, all sorts of things, but yeah, if I'm certain, what do I do when I'm not certain?
So that's a great question, and I'm going to throw it back to you, counselor in training. And because I have some answers, and some tips that I can give for sure, but that's a really good question, because even though there is an underlying certainty and this just like knowing within us, sometimes we don't feel like it. So what would you say to a client who is sitting in front of you?
It's interesting because we sort of went through it too, and for me, it's just like knowing that all of those other feelings, all of the circumstances, everything around us is attached to that in some way. So if I'm feeling anger coming up, I'm only angry because I have so much love for this thing. So really just allowing myself the opportunity to see, oh, it's this because it's love. It's this because it's love. And also just understanding, I see there's a need. I have a need that's coming up. You have a need that's coming up.
Yeah.
And this is where we both, in love, want to get our needs met. And so how do we make that happen for everybody sort of at the same time? But that was kind of where we went in the 3 minutes that we had to talk about it. But I'd love to know what you have to say too.
Thank you. I'm appreciating that answer a lot because what I'm hearing is that love, and again, this isn't relational love that we're talking about. There are many different kinds of love. I mean, go to the Greeks, there's like at least eight different kinds, right? But the thing that we're most familiar with is relational love. But this love that we're talking about is synonymous with pure energy, is synonymous with consciousness, with a capital C, with God. And if there's only one thing going on, then there can't be something else. What it does mean is it's expressing in different ways. And you just said that, you know, like it looks like this at this moment. There's a need. There's something that requires tending to. This is information that is coming up. And so all of it is happening in order to express more fully as this love, as this energy. And very practically, I mean, as someone who works with people, what I get people to do is get into their body, is to do something mindful to get out of the back part of the brain and into this part of the brain, because if you're in this back amygdala part, you cannot think clearly and you are just in survival mode. And when you're in survival mode, then you can't make decisions, you can't focus, you can't be still enough to tune in and really, really embrace that knowing. So doing, you know, PQ reps, getting into the breath, really using your hearing. The 5 senses can be like so good along with the breath to really anchor into the body. Some nervous system reset, techniques to really regulate the nervous system. That will also help. Lots of different things, and that's like a whole other talk or like a whole series of talks, right?
Yeah, I love the idea of, and the way you just phrased that too. It's not just when we're having interactions with each other, but when we're just forgetting that we are what we are, or that we are part of this big infinite thing, and how do we bring ourselves back to that in certainty. And so I love that. I do think somatically, super important. Grounding techniques, really important.
Yeah.
And just creating space for ourselves to be sometimes just us.
Yep.
Because we do tend to get caught up in everything and all the relationships and all over the place. And so, yeah, just kind of allowing for time to be like, I am just me in this now moment.
Yep.
And I am part of this. And so, yeah, whether that's like hiding in the bathroom or whatever you got to do.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Glenn Mahoney.
Do you want to channel the online people, or shall I read them?
Yeah.
'Cause
Go, Go ahead. What's happening
Okay,
there?
so this is first. Alana offered, knowing that it is okay to ask for help when I need it. It's like Mr. Rogers. Keely offered, hi, Keely here. I find knowing is most profoundly felt within me when I strengthen the now with knowledge that love is my true nature, because the truth lights up in that place of knowing. I am that, in capital letters, that. And Stephanie, I am learning that knowing is about trusting that I'm always supported versus having to know the answer, and I may not know the answer, and that's okay. I think that's a lot to chew on.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
online
you. And I think
people.
Alana might be Dax, so thank you if that is. Thank you, Dax. Thank you, Keely. Thank you, Stephanie. And Stephanie, that's such a great segue into my talk tonight. That always happens. Is there anyone else here who has a brief share that they would like to offer? All right, we're complete. Okay, thank you. Okay, so next slide, please. But just the slide, not the talk title slide. Oh, dang it, I forgot the X run. Go back. All right, here we are. Okay, so a couple of days ago in my inbox, there came an article off of Substack by Michelle Barr, who is some kind of spiritual coach or something. This is a new person to me. And the article was called, "The Spiritual Coaching Industry is Collapsing and Something Much Deeper is Emerging." And as someone who is in the consciousness business, as someone who does counseling as a minister, it caught my attention, and I thought, what is it that she has to offer? And so what she talked about in this article, that over the last 20-ish years or whatever of the coaching industry, the spiritual coaching industry, that there is a message that is starting to get really diluted because there's a convergence that's taking place. And so where a lot of people are offering a lot of promises, like, you know, make a ton of money, 6 figures, 7 figures, it's about alignment, it's about manifestation, it's about these quantum leaps, or even the languaging is like starting to get really, really samey. People are talking about alignment. People are talking about authenticity. We're talking about that here, right? About being soul-led, the divine feminine, and about all the different dimensions that we're now, you know, should be tuning into and whatever. And so what she's inviting us to do is, as this is happening and the diluting of this message of, you know, what is it that we're here to do and who are we really, is to lean into this question, which is, what is the deeper work I am actually here to do? Okay? And so I'm going to pivot for just a second, and I'm going to go to recently on Netflix, or off Netflix, I watched a documentary about the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Anyone here know that band? Come on, at least one person? Sort of. Come on, bass player? No, okay, yes. So I used to love the Red Hot Chili Peppers in the 80s and the 90s, and I actually went to look at my albums and was surprised that only one was on vinyl and the rest were on CDs. But the reason that this was such a cool... Has anyone seen this documentary? Okay, it is worth a watch. If you're a Chili Peppers fan, it is worth a watch because, yes, there's a whole bunch of sex, drugs, and rock and roll in there, but it is also a very tender and heartwarming look at the epic friendship between the lead singer, the guitar player, and the bass player. And the original guitar player, Hillel Slovak. And so these 3 guys, they met in high school, and it was actually Anthony Kiedis and Flea, the frontman and the bass player, who were friends first. And then they went to a concert at the school, and this band of, you know, high school guys was playing, and they were blown away by this rock band, even though Flea was more into jazz. But they were blown away by this rock band because of how incredibly tight they were, like just really, really, really good together. And clearly it was because they practiced, like practice. But the person who blew them away the most was the guitar player, Hillel. And so fast forward a few weeks or something like that, and these 2 guys are bumming around, you know, Hollywood Boulevard or something, and they need to get somewhere, and they're trying to hitch a ride, and the person that comes to pick them up, or they go running after this car, it's Hillel Slovak. And in that car ride, as they go to wherever they wanted to go, a friendship, like an even deeper friendship between the 3 of them, never mind the 2 of them, is born. And the thing that connected all of them, including Anthony Kiedis and Flea at the beginning, is music. And their love of music. You know, all different kinds of music, not just like really hard, funky, groovy stuff that they got into when they became the band, but all kinds of music. And so they would admittedly just get high and listen to all kinds of records and stuff. But there was this incredible connection because they recognized this artistry, this creativity in this music that they were listening to that was also alive in them. And so as their friendship developed, then Flea ended up learning how to play the bass so that he could join Hillel Slovak's band because the bass player wasn't working out. And they started doing some crazy things. And then Anthony Kiedis kind of became their MC for that band. And eventually, the 3 of them, along with the drummer from the band that they were already in, formed the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And so as they became sort of like an overnight success because they were doing something so different, so new, and so authentic, like they were just showing up as the creativity that they felt they were, and they were just doing it because they wanted to, because they had to, because it had to unleash itself through them. Then as they sort of, you know, went on this incredible, amazing roller coaster of becoming the Red Hot Chili Peppers super fast and super big, they got caught up in all of the sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And the more they started to focus on that and chasing the success and trying to figure out how to be successful, the more they lost the connection that brought them together in the first place. The more they lost the connection to themselves, to the music, and then to each other. And eventually, because of all of this up and down, especially with heroin, Hillel Slovak ended up dying. So the point here is that when surrendering to creativity and love and allowing that to guide them, they literally rocked. But then when they started to shift their focus, and it was unintentionally and kind of happened slowly, but when they started to shift their focus away from the knowing of who and what they are, and they wouldn't have used the word love at the time, although Flea did use the word love many times in the documentary. When they got caught up in the wanting and the desiring and the chasing, then that connection that brought them together in the first place severed. And it was kind of sad to watch because there was just this incredible bond. I mean, at one point, Flea says that they found family in each other. And it wasn't just because they hung out together as a trio, especially at Hillel's family's house, because he had an incredible mom and there was an incredible sense of connection and community and family and caring there. Whereas with Flea and Anthony, their homes were not so much. But they found that family in each other, right? Like what exists within them. And so because they had this incredible bond, that bond was strengthened because of what they recognized in each other and what they then amplified together as a threesome. And so going back to Michelle Barr's article on the spiritual coaching industry is collapsing, blah, 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 she's talking about something very similar. She's talking about that there is this shift and a need to move away from wanting and chasing and desiring success, thinking that it looks a certain way, like who said this is exactly how success is supposed to look and feel, and instead to turn within and tune in to intuitive knowing, to your inner authority, to self-reliance. And so the title of my talk tonight is Tuning In, Trusting Your Inner Authority. And so this is about stopping to trying and figure everything out and just trust. And so I can't remember exactly what it is that Stephanie said, but this is about letting go of like, this is how it should look, this is how it should be. I got to figure out all the steps before it can get done, before it can happen. And just know that, okay, yes, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of steps and whatever, but there is that in me that knows. There is that in me that is this incredible, amazing guidance system and compass that I can rely on at any time. But here's the thing. That thing, it exists. But if you don't know how to work it, you're not going to be able to tune into it very well, right? And in order to learn how to use it, you got to practice. And so this is part of our work, our spiritual practice, to do whatever it is that we can do to tune in. So that when we aren't feeling like the love that we're certain that we are, or we're not even certain that we are the love that we are, we've practiced enough that there is still something within us that knows, and we can depend on that. We can trust that. And that comes with time. Just like anything that we practice, whether it's a musical instrument, whether it's dancing, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's writing, whether it's painting, whether it's whatever, even a relationship, right? That takes practice. It takes work. It's not something that just automatically happens on its own. So it's important that we have our spiritual practices. It's important that we immerse ourselves on a daily basis in whatever it is that allows us to continue to expand, but to also really anchor in the knowing of who and what we are. And whether we call it love, whether we call it creativity, whether we call it infinite potentiality, whatever it is that works for us, we got to do it. And it'll change from time to time. So in her article, she says, it is learning how to trust and refine your own perception. It is learning how to distinguish intuition from projection. So it's about listening to what's in here. It's about tuning in. It's about getting into the body, getting out of this part of the brain and getting into the middle prefrontal cortex so that we can be aware, we can be focused, we can be clear, we can be in the present moment. And when we're in the present moment, we are so much better equipped to hear and feel and experience what it is that exists within us, that is the essence of our being, that is forming and informing every single thought, every single belief, every single choice, every single story that we tell, all of it. And when we practice and practice and practice tuning in, then we become better at it. And then when we have moments like that, the shift from feeling, to, oh, okay, becomes shorter and shorter and shorter because it becomes more automatic. She also writes, in the coming decade, the most trusted leaders will not simply be the loudest voices or the most visible influencers. They will be the ones who have cultivated internal authority. Going back about 10 years when I first started foundational studies, there was a course that I took, and I was introduced to Ralph Waldo Emerson. And he has an essay on self-reliance. And that entire essay is about trusting this. Stop listening to this. Stop asking people for advice and instructions and opinions and whatever, and just trust the knowing of your being. Because it knows. It knows, which means that you know. But in order to recognize that knowing, in order to hear it when it's talking to you, when it's coming through your body or however it is that you connect to it, you got to practice. You got to learn how to hear, how to feel, how to interpret, how to perceive. So this month, we are living with the certainty that love is our true nature. Again, this fabulous sweatshirt that the board gave me as a gift. And there are so many different ways to do that, and it'll look different for everyone. But coming together in community is one, because if we're not feeling it in the moment, then we have people around us that we can lean on. If we're on our own and we're not feeling it in the moment, then it's important to have practices and tools that we can lean on so that we can come back and ground and anchor and center ourselves in this certainty so that whatever it is that we're navigating, and there could be a lot of stuff, whatever it is that we're navigating as the love we are rather than from all of the stuff that's going on around us. So to end, the point of this talk is I'm inviting us all to practice self-reliance. I'm inviting us all to listen and tune into our inner authority more wholly, more regularly, more consistently. Because intuitive wisdom is part of our inherent makeup. We're born with it. And I'm not even going to say that we forget it. It's just our attention ends up going elsewhere. We just start buying something else because we're paying attention differently. I don't know if we can forget. That's a curiosity for me, okay? I don't know if we can truly forget. I think we're just looking at something else momentarily. And so the more that we allow for that intuitive wisdom to guide us, the more we practice, the more committed we are to tuning into that knowing, the more confident we become. Okay? We don't find confidence first and then go about doing everything. We have to be consistent with our practice first, whatever it is that we're practicing, our spiritual evolution or otherwise, even though all of it's spiritual. And the more committed we are, the more practiced we are, then the more confident we get. And the more confident we get, then we get to experience the peace that comes with that certainty of knowing that love is our true nature. So my invitation for all of us is, how are we going to practice? How are we going to practice more consistently? How are we going to tune into our inner authority more consistently? And how are we going to become more self-reliant? Thank you, and so it is. So now is an opportunity, if you would like, to get into little groups of 2 or 3 or maybe 4 and do a little bit of unpacking of what you just heard or whatever it is that's coming up for you. If you would rather not, that's totally okay. There's an interactive table over there. You can go and have some tea, go for a little bit of a walk, and I will ding the meditation bowl in about 10 minutes when it's time to come back, and then there will be some more music. All right? Thank you. 2-minute warning, 2-minute warning. All right, everyone. I'm sorry to tear you away from your conversations. All right, so now it is time to pass around the You Are Beautiful blessing box. So I'm going to start with John. Here you are. Brand spanking new knowing blessing affirmations. So take one, keep it, add it to your collection if you've been collecting for a while, and otherwise it's just a little gift to inspire you as you leave here today and keep the connection of tonight going. Now is the time that we also get to check in with how we're feeling compared to how we were feeling when we walked in. So how are people feeling now? Really good. Thumbs up. People are waving. People are smiling. You guys online, I'm hoping that you're feeling a bit uplifted and maybe more connected too. We miss having you here in person, but thank you for joining in online. So however it is that you're feeling, this comes from a place that is infinite, okay? Because we are source, we are love, we are universe, we are God. And so whatever it is that we have within us, we have so much that we can share. So if you would like to contribute something to tonight, there are several different ways to do so financially. They're listed on this screen right here. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to pass around the abundance bowl. And so I'm putting in my contribution for tonight. And whether you put something in or you don't, I'm just going to ask you if you could just hang out with the bowl for a little bit anyway and at least put in an intention. An intention for abundance, for prosperity, for yourself, for our community, and then maybe just lean into our theme of knowing for a little bit and just allow yourself to be with that while the Elevate Trio plays some more music. Gentlemen, there you go. Thank you.
Well, we got a tune in mind. And then we decided, based on the conversation between Leslie and Lesia, and also Lesia's
point about Ralph Waldo Emerson. I want to find that article. So we chose a different tune. And this tune is one, it's a jazz standard. It's called Detour Ahead. And I liked what Leslie was saying about, well, how do you know, what do you do when you don't feel that knowing, when you're faced with a situation? Or what Lesia was saying about knowing through things, trusting your inner self. So we thought this song might work to that. It is a metaphor of romantic love, but I think the metaphor extends pretty beautifully. Hope you enjoy Detour Ahead.
Before you crash and break your heart, gullible clown, you fool, you're headed in the wrong direction. Can't you see the detour ahead? The farther you travel,
beautiful. What a great choice from the Elevate Trio, Mr. Pablo Cardenas on piano, Peter Dowse on electric bass, and Kelby MacNayr on vocals and drums. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, as always, gentlemen. And thank you to Liam and Glenn on tech. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in online. Thank you to Denise for greeting and tending to our garden. And thank you to everybody who showed up. However you showed up, however you arrived, we wouldn't be having this experience without you. So thank you very much. Every single component, every single aspect, and you guys are a very essential part of that. So now, moving right along, these are all the things that are happening here at VTC this month. If you would like to learn more about all of the different things that are going on, you can just take your phone and scan that QR code and it'll take you to the website, to the events page. You can also just go to the website, to the events page, and click on any of the events that are there to get more information. Next slide, please. For members, not this coming Sunday, but the Sunday after, Sunday, April 12th from 1 to 3 p.m., an essential day. It is our annual general meeting, and so I see a few members here, and I'm knowing that you are coming to the meeting. So we're going to have a board election there, and there is a person in this room who we're going to vote for. So yeah, please come to the meeting. Join us for Celebrate as well, because we're going to have our annual new members welcome ceremony during Celebrate rather than during the AGM. And then there's going to be a light lunch served in between. So it's going to be a really, really great day full of celebration. And I'm pretty sure we have a bass player, Mr. Joey Smith. Yes. Yep. Joining Carl Rusing and Kelby to fill out the trio on Sunday. All right. Thank you. Next. 90 transformational breath work every third Saturday of the month here at VTC. There are 12 spots. And okay, Kelby's in. And we usually have about half the people are repeat. This is just something they do. Once a month, they come and they breathe. And if you would like to find out more about it, then you can always scan the QR code, or you can ask me, because I'm the one who facilitates. And it is a powerful, powerful 2.5 hours for transformation and release. Next, community announcements. I'm so glad you asked, because yes, this event is happening on Thursday, April 16th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. here in the sanctuary. There is a sliding scale that is being offered, or requested, I guess. Nervous system support, winter going into spring, and there are 2 practitioners that are going to be facilitating to help you learn about herbal remedies and acupressure to support the changing of the seasons. All right, so I encourage you to go and find out more about it on our website, sign up, and come on down. Next. We're going to thank Liam. I thought today was his last Elevate, so the slide is in there, but it's not. He's going to be here for one more Wednesday next week. But Liam is going home to Calgary for the summer, so we're not going to have him as one of our main techies for this until September again. So let's thank Liam for all he's done in the last few months since he's been here. Woo! All right. And let's love him up the way we do the VTC way. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for your commitment to VTC. Yay, Liam. He's got this hair, for those of you who haven't seen him. He's like totally hiding behind it. Anyway, all right, thank you, Liam. Thank you very much. We'll miss you, except you're going to be here next week. Okay, next slide. Does anybody in the community have something that you want to invite people into? Something you're hosting or facilitating, or a concert? No. All right, then I'm going to invite everybody to stand on up. We're singing our closing tune. Join the Revelation. It's a new one by yours truly. We did it 2 months ago. Could we have the, is it okay.
Give us an A.
What's the, we'll just say. Next slide, please. First slide. All right, so there are going to be some words in yellow, and I invite you to yell them out when they come, okay? Because audience participation makes this song better.
One, two, one, two.
Oh, we have no tambourine. We're living life, we're feeling joy, we're making peace in heart and mind. We're being loved, we're having faith, we're spiraling up all the time. In anticipation of a new direction, a yearning for the truth of you and me. People of all ages, life and devotion, embracing universal divinity. All right, are you ready? We're living life, we're feeling joy, we're making peace in heart and mind. We're being loved, we're having faith, we're spiraling up all the time. Feel the elevation, raise the love vibration, quantum activation. Wow. Time for celebration, see the transformation, join the revelation now. All right, everyone, go ahead and bless your neighbor for the week. Now we amplify through prayer and meditation, the playful curiosity of our youth, expanding our awareness, consciousness, and being, embodying the wholeness of our truth. Okay, you guys have your part coming up. We're living life, we're feeling joy, we're making peace in heart and mind. We're being loved, we're having faith, we're spiraling up all the time. Feel the elevation, raise the love vibration, quantum activation. Wow. Time for celebration, be the transformation, join the revelation now. We're living life, we're feeling joy, we're making peace in heart and mind. We're being loved, we're having faith, we're spiraling up all the time. Woo! All right, and that's another Elevate at VTC. Thank you, Pablo Cardenas on piano, Peter Dowse on electric bass, Kelby MacNayr on vocals and drums, VTC Community Choir and dancers in the seats and at home on your couch. Whether you are here with us in person or online, thank you so much for your presence and your consciousness. We love you, we appreciate you, and we're so glad you're here. Gentlemen.